Hey everyone, welcome to this new edition of the Anime Girl Profiles Confidential. And since we ended the last one on Swat Kats, we're going to continue this next one on the Swat Kats, and we're going to talk about a character. We're going to talk about a character that premiered in the second season. I guess in a sense, as I mentioned in the last video, she was brought in to kind of counteract as a love interest for Chance, T-Bone, seeing as though Callie was more interested in Jake, Razor, and the character that you see in front of you is Felina Feral. And Felina, basically, like Callie, was a supporter of the Swat Kats. True, she didn't see the SWAT Kats as being above the law or anything, but she did look at them as allies. She didn't look at them as enemies. She looked at them more as, hey, they're doing something that we're trying to do, and sometimes we can't really accomplish. And, basically she was more respectable. She was more understanding to them. Like I said, she accepted them as allies, if not friends. And so I was just driving by some people right there and everything. But anyway, like I said, she accepted them as allies and friends. And she was more acceptable of working with them than I think her uncle, Commander Feral, was. Now, some people might ask and wonder where this whole connection between her and Chance T-Bone comes into play. Well, in the second season, it was pretty much confirmed, well, not confirmed, but it was pretty much hinted at that there was something between her and T-Bone. We just could not really understand it. We just didn't, basically we really couldn't see it to understand it at first until we got a few episodes in, and it's like, oh, okay, there is something there. Like I said, we couldn't really understand it until, like I said, a few, maybe several episodes in, that we kind of got the idea of, okay, there is something there between them. So, but her character, was not similar, but cut from the same mold, except for the fact that she was more in the action, kind of in the fire, if you will. She was in the ring of fire, if you will, when it came to the action and all that. So she pretty much was basically she was on the ground. She was in the action. She was basically she was a soldier. So she was always in the line of fire. She was always in the line of fire. And another thing was she could be very defiant. That was very evident in some episodes that she could be defiant of her uncle. And, again, she also had the same kind of personality. Well, not personality, but the same kind of, like, in your face, I'm not afraid to tell you how I feel, I'll tell you how it is, like Callie was. So, I really liked that side of her. I really liked that, and that's why I think she became very popular among fans in just her one season appearance. And yeah, just like with Callie, I think a lot of fans were probably thinking she was going to become a SWAT cat as well in the third season. For the same things I said in that towards the end of that video when I mentioned that Callie, I think, was being positioned to be a female SWAT cat along with Felina. So, basically that something would have happened with the SWAT cats, putting them out of action. They would have had to step in and become the female SWAT cats. And, there you go. But overall, definitely a good character. There's no doubt about it. And I really can't say much more about Felina Feral than that. So let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. And